Welcome friends to my channel. I'm Dr. T.C. Paul. We are going to learn today UPSC History Main. The lesson number 9, and this is part 1 of lesson 9. The topic of the day is literary sources of indigenous poetry. Literary sources here shows or indicates about in terms of writing, right, and source where you get of indigenous means Indian poetry. Well, to talk about this in topic, the writings that originate from within a particular culture or region by reflecting the unique history, unique traditions and perspectives. These sources had oral traditions. Oral means the mouth traditions. The epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata and the Sangam literature of Tamilakam are the key examples. So here you find that the three epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata and the Sangam literature, three. And these were the key examples. The later on, the Bhakti and Sufi poetry in vernacular languages, means mother tongues, continued the tradition. Well, let me talk the early indigenous poetry. Early means in the beginning, the Indian poetry, that is pre-1500 BCE or before Christ. The first, there are 4 points are given over here. First is the oral traditions before written text. Stories, songs, poems were passed down through generations. The foundation of indigenous was knowledge and culture. These oral traditions are for the written text and stories and songs 3 ways, and the poems 4 ways were passed down through generations, and the foundation of indigenous was knowledge and culture, right? Where written text, written stories, written songs and poems. Vedic literature, second point, the Vedas, that was composed in Sanskrit and contained hymns and the prayers. Those were the oldest examples of poetry. But third one is Sangam literature, that is originally from Tamil region. CIR circa 300 BCE to 300 CE, after Christ. There's a collection of poems and songs, those reflected the life, those reflected the culture, those reflected the value of Tamil society. So basically, Tamil society is the oldest society of India. The epic poems, those are the Ramayana and Mahabharata, which attributed, gave us knowledge by the Valmiki and Vyasa, who shared the influence of Indian culture and literature. Well, let me explain all the stories of indigenous sources of poetry that we find the writings and writings that is originated from the particular culture or region. Not all the ways in particular culture regions, and that reflected us our history, our traditions and our perspectives. Those sources and oral traditions, that was like Ramayana, the Mahabharata and Sangam literature, that was from Tamilakam. The key examples found in 3 ways: later Bhakti and Sufi poetry were the mother languages or mother terms were used in tradition. Indigenous early poetry from pre 1500 BCE. But the four West oral traditions, as I said, it was written in text and stories and songs and poems, which are passed down through generations. Second, Vedic literature, composed in Sanskrit, continued for hymns and prayers. Sangam literature is from the Tamil Nadu, and that is 300 BCE to 300 CE till the after 300 BCE. Collection of poems and songs that is reflected of the culture and values of Tamil society. And fourth one is the epic poems that definitely defines about the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, and that was written and attributed or gave us the knowledge by Valmiki and Vyasa, Indian cultures and society. Friends, let us come and know in this topic in Hindi, in a nutshell, साहित्यिक सूत्रों से स्वदेशी कविताओं के बारे में जानते हैं, जो राइटिंग्स में लिखनी में जो उत्पन्न किया था, जो पर्टिकुलर रीजन को और पर्टिकुलर सभ्यता को जो रिफ्लेक्ट किया था, दर्शाया था, एक यूनिक विशेष तरीका में इतिहास में और परंपरा में और उसका प्रत्याशितों में. एंड दिस जो सोर्सेस था, इसमें मोरल ट्रेडिशन ज़्यादा था, मौखिक ट्रेडिशन, मौखिक जो ट्रेडिशंस था, राइट, वो ज़्यादा दर्शाया गया. उसमें मैक्सिमम हम लोग जो देखा गया रामायण एंड महाभारत और संगम लिटरेचर तमिलकम की एग्जाम्पल्स. क्या करते हैं, द महाभारत से, रामायण से, और द संगम लिटरेचर, थ्री लिटरेचर्स जो तमिलकम का एग्जाम्पल्स है. इसके बाद बाद में भक्ति और सूफी एग्जाम्पल्स ट्रेडिशन में आया. तो इसका जो पार्ट है ये 1500 जीसस क्राइस्ट का जन्म से पहले से है. और जो पोएट्री है, कविता है इंडिया का, इसमें 4 पॉइंट्स में दिया गया. ओरल ट्रेडिशन, मौखिक जो ट्रेडिशन है, परंपरा है, द बिफोर रिटन टेक्स्ट, लिखित टेक्स्ट था, स्टोरीज था, सॉन्ग्स था, पोएम्स था, राइट, जो पास डाउन चलते रहा अलग अलग जनरेशन तक. वो फाउंडेशन था इंडिजिनियस नॉलेज और कल्चर का, ज्ञान और सभ्यता का. वैदिक लिटरेचर, उसमें वेदास कंपोज किया गया था, बनाया गया, रचना किया गया संस्कृत में, जिसमें हाईमन से वर्जन था और प्रयास था, राइट, प्रार्थना था, जो ओल्डेस्ट एग्जाम्पल्स था. संगम लिटरेचर, उसका जो ओरिजिनली तमिलनाडु से है, वो 300 BC से पहले 300 BC के बाद में, जिसमें कलेक्शन ऑफ पोएम्स था, उसमें कविताएं थे, गाना था, जो रिफ्लेक्ट करता था जिंदगी, सभ्यता और वैल्यू का तमिल सोसाइटी का, तमिल समाज का. इपिक पोएम्स में रामायण और महाभारत जो कंपोज किया था, रचना किया था, और जिसमें गुण दिया गया था वाल्मीकि और व्यास द्वारा, जो इन्फ्लुएंस करता है, प्रभाव दिखाता है इंडियन कल्चर और सभ्यता के बारे में. तो थैंक यू वेरी मच फ्रेंड्स.